Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Roleplay Skyrim with Argamir. We're standing here in the inn with Inigo. Sorry for ending the last video a little in a weird spot, kinda. Ran out of time today and I had to go take care of some things, so apologize for that, and hopefully this one will make up for it. A plan for this, I'm not really sure. I have hinted over the last few episodes that Argamir really wants to learn some magic. And we do have some spell tomes, so I figured that's how we'd start off our video today. So we're gonna sit here and read a few things with Inigo. I think it was this one. Yes, alteration. We're gonna try to read this and learn how to cast it. We just read it. Alright, Inigo. Let's, I think I understand how this works. I'm gonna try here. Shut the door so nobody really notices what we're doing in here. Oh, come on. I can do it.
You want a drink? Now please, no more questions.
You're the one with questions. Go away. Okay. I will learn. Whoa! Inigo, did you see that? I have powers. Let me try it again. No, I don't think it was like that. Let's try this. Wow. Wow. Such a simple act. It wasn't even hard to learn.
This is a local favorite and one of the first songs I ever learned.
Honestly, I'm just trying to learn this as something to fall back on in a fight. You never know. So I just learned my first spell. Let's go pick up Vilja and get out of town. We have some work to do today. No, I'm on my way here. I'm gonna talk to you guys about why I'm kind of dabbling in magic. And I don't want to make a full mage character by any means. No worries if you guys really hate magic or something. But Argamir's a rather curious elf, and it would only make sense if he did dabble a little bit in magic. Now that being said, I'm not planning to do the College of Winterhold anytime soon, unless, you know, something happens in the roleplay to kind of push us in that direction. But I have zero interest in redoing that questline. This is out of character, by the way. I'm sure Argamir would be quite interested in what they're doing. But unless something comes up role-playing reasons, I have no real purpose on going there. And I do want to use some of the magic mods that I've added. I have Lost Grimoire added, and Apocalypse spells. Yeah, and I'd like to try them out a little bit. I have played on some other characters, but that honestly was one I haven't seen before, and it seemed like one that wouldn't be too hard to learn, just kind of almost like a force push kind of thing. So, back to character. Alright, let's get Vilja.
Take a good look around. I'm sure you'll find what you...
Would you use the back door, Inigo? I won't tell anyone.
Hi there. I have sold everything you wanted me to sell for you.
Great. Great. Well, let me see how much you made. Wow, Vilja, I am going to have you do this a lot more often. That is extremely helpful. I'm actually going to have you do some... I can do it on the way out of town. Never mind. Yeah, let's go.
Anytime.
Just gonna stop by the blacksmith here.
Got some good pieces out. I don't claim to be the best blacksmith in Whiterun. Yorland Greymane's got that honor. Man's steel is legendary. All I ask is a fair chance.
And that's why I always come to you.
Take a look.
Oh, hello. Too bad it's not enchanted. What do you have for bows? Oh, hello. Oh, I have just enough, but I don't want to spend the money. Sorry, I can't justify it. Not when we're about to go do more stuff anyway. I would like the full set of ranger armor. Eventually. Really hoping to find it. I'm actually going to see what it takes to make a water skin. Leather, bits of bone, and an animal bladder. Paper, strips, and leather. Well, we can try.
Every day that we use a knife without causing any bloodshed.
I'm kind of impartial there. I kind of like to kill things, but at the same time, it is much easier when you don't have to kill things. I'm actually going to try here. They might happen to have a water skin. I haven't been being as diligent as I should trying to find one.
Ah, kinsman, how my heart soars to look upon a brother Bosmer. Please.
It's nice to
how
see
can I
you
serve
too,
your
friend.
hunting needs? An archer, eh? I've got just
Of
what you
course. Who of Bosmer blood does not know how to use a short bow or a bow in general? And you don't have what I'm looking for either. I don't even have anything I want, honestly. Except maybe that. Except if it actually did something other than stamina damage. Let's see here. How much does this... 66? And I gotta remember I can get a lot more arrows off with one of those. Oh yeah. I think we'll definitely pick that up. Ouch, my wallet. That'll totally be worth it in the end. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your business.
You know, not all of us have to be archers. I apologize for that. I was going to tell you to dabble in some magic, but I see you have things covered. Sometimes I can be so clumsy. Now, I do believe we have some work to do out in Riften, don't we, friends? Why does every guard assume I'm a thief? I don't understand that. I haven't stolen anything. I may have killed a few things, but I've stolen nothing. The one minor side effect of the new mods is the loading screens take a few seconds to a little bit longer than it was originally, but I think I did manage to fix the water issue. I'm not 100% sure though, so we might still be getting that in places, but if it is, I will be switching mods. But the Nexus was down tonight, so I couldn't find another one. So, friends, shall we take the carriage, or... I know Riften is such a long way away. But honestly, we have to stop at a cave, don't we? Somewhere. Wait, Riften's this way. Yes, I think the cave we want is over in here somewhere. You know, honestly, I think we should just take the wagon. We'll run there on foot.
Guess what? I found one of those ingredients I was looking for. Isn't that great?
That's wonderful, Vilja.
Need a ride?
I'd like to hire your carriage.
Where do you want to go?
Riften, to be exact.
Climb and back, and we'll be off.
Thank you. We can get your flute, Vilja.
You might run into some of them lizard folk. Quite a few of them work the docks here. Not sure why.
I have no problem with the lizard people. We're here. Well, we might as well go into town and check around for your flute, since it's so late. I'm gonna go ahead and eat real quick. Before we start running around town here. Just enough water. Now, I do believe your flute should be in the inn, if I had to guess.
Never
Whoa.
seen the old this upset about anything.
What's with the hurry? I'm gonna guess he's in the Being Barb.
And what might you need?
Nothing. Just don't pay me attention. I'm trying to track down the very dear friend's item. So now we look for a Khajiit. No. Might be at the other. I think there are two ends here. Possibly. Ah! I heard you. Where are you? Ah, you got your head covered, so I couldn't tell. Can we talk about your flute?
Oh, yes. Racine has the best flute in all of Skyrim. It is made of Cyrodiil dogwood and is very precious. precious. Will Sarah listen to the flute?
I'll humor you first.
Pleasure.
Go ahead and do your...
Never done an honest day's work in your life for all that coin you carry, eh, lad?
No, actually, I've done quite a lot of honest work. I'm sure you haven't.
Never done an honest day's work in your life for all that
Will
coin
you shut your mouth? Filthy thief. Can we talk about that?
Yes. Racine has the best flute in all of Skyrim.
That flute does not belong to you.
Sarah? It is my flute. I have bought it in Solstein from a fine Nordman. I had paid for it in my own money. Well, almost. So, how can anyone say that the flute does not belong to Racine?
The man who sold you it stole it.
Sarah? It cannot be true. The man looked very honorable. Ah, it is true, isn't it? Racine has been fooled. Yes, yes, Racine could feel that in his bones. The flute does not belong to Racine. Therefore, it will not play the way Racine wants it to play. So, tell me, who is the owner of the flute?
The flute belongs to my dear friend Vilja. It was a gift from her grandmother.
Ah, it belongs to your friend. Yes, Racine can feel that this is a god's flute, not a man's flute. And Racine is a gentleman who wouldn't want to upset a pretty girl or a grandmother.
Can we have the flute then, please?
Well, that is not possible. A bard needs to have a flute to play. And Racine hasn't got another flute. There was a flute, but it is gone.
What if I buy you a new one?
No, that wouldn't do. Racine wants his old flute.
Why can't we just get this along easily? Fine, what happened to it?
It is a sad, sad tale. Racine should have listened to his mother, who always said gambling is bad. But
I wish these Nord's mother would tell them interjecting in conversations in the middle of it is rude.
Tale of a donkey with a little wooden fellow and a big Nord friend. And Racine lost. Racine had no money, so instead Racine gambled with the old flute. It now belongs to the little wooden fellow.
Well, what if I get it for you?
Ooh, then Racine would be very happy. Then Racine no longer needs the new flute. Then you may buy it.
Why would I want to buy it if it rightfully belongs to Vilja?
Because Racine has paid for it. Racine didn't know it was stolen. Sarah, Racine has paid 500 gold for the flute.
Okay, I will retrieve it for you.
Sarah, that is very kind. Racine's old flute is a very good flute. You must then find the little wooden fellow and his big Nord friend. They said they're going to Riverwood. You might want to ask around there.
Great, great.
Walk, or
I guess we're going to Riverwood again. We just came from there. Just came from there. Back and forth, isn't it, Inigo? Let's go. Well, I guess we should get some sleep first and then head out in the morning. I forgot it was nighttime, honestly.
Got the coin? You've come to the right place.
Mind if I ask you something? Let's relax for a bit.
Okay, come and get me when it is time to go.
Will do.
Yeah. What's your problem?
You
Yeah?
haven't forgotten about the ingredients you promised to help me find, have you?
No, we're about to get to that. We're just gonna spend the night here, though.
Good idea.
Yeah. What's your problem?
If you've got the coin, you're welcome here. Otherwise, hit the road.
I have plenty of coin. I'd like to rent a room from you.
Sure thing. It's yours for a day.
I'd also like you to fill these bottles with water. And I'd also like to see what you have for sale.
Thirsty, food for the hungry.
There's been a few things I've been looking for. I'll be taking those. That'll be all.
I'll show you to your room. Right this way.
That won't be necessary. I've been here quite a bit.
Never done an honest day's work.
Yeah. What's your problem?
You carry.
I wish Brynjolf would be quiet. Let's see here. 8 hours. Sorry about that. I had to adjust the headset a little bit. Let's chow down on some wolf haunches again.
Let me know if there's anything else you need.
Well,
What's your problem?
let's get to work, friends.
It is my mind. You lead, I follow.
A little wooden fellow and his big lord friend. Doesn't that somehow sound familiar?
Alright, yeah it does, Vilja. Yeah, it does.
What's your problem?
Let's hurry to Riverwood. Who knows, maybe that wooden fellow will lose my flute on gambling just as easily as he won it.
That's true.
Of
That's
course.
true. We do have one pressing matter to attend to while we're in the area, though. We have to get that mushroom for you. I figure now's as good a time as any. You know, since we have to go all the way back to Whiterun anyway. And Riverwood. Back and forth. Sometimes I wish I had your
Second
job.
in Riften, there's a house for sale. Undecided.
I'm not interested in the house here. I don't want to live that close to thieves. There's my horse. You guys will notice, you guys will notice he is now wearing leather armor. And he looks good. Alright, let's go, guys. Yeah, you might want to get your horse. Oh, there he is. You were just waiting on him. Oh, shoot. Stinking bugs back again. There we go. Let's ride. And let me activate your quest as well. Let's see, we'll be back to that. Here we go. If I'm right, yep, that's where I thought it was. Cool. What in the world? You guys have a bear after you? I heard a bear. Well, let's go.
Let's hurry to Reborn. Who knows? Maybe that wood elf fellow will lose my flute on gambling just as easily as he won it.
Let's hope he didn't. I hope you guys didn't stop to fight the bandits. Oh, good. Oh, yeah, let's just keep riding, guys. They can't catch us anyway. Alright, fine. If they want to fight, they got one.
You know, the best
Oh,
defense
no.
isn't a good
They gave
armor.
up, guys.
It's a good,
They gave up.
strong weapon.
It's all good. What's wrong? Oh, not on my watch. Oh, I'm attacking the wrong person. Well, don't shoot sparks out of your hand. Scary. The world's shooting at us now. Well, I kind of feel bad. These seem like common people. I was just trying to help. No, what are you attacking? These are guard towers, aren't they? Oh no. What in the world? These guards were slaughtered. Maybe we stepped in at a good time. Oh, you came back. Okay, separate the body parts. I don't like that. Watchtower guard letter. We've word of band of Legion soldiers advancing on your position, reinforcements on the way. Oh, these guys are storm cloaks. Well, like I said before, I don't have much care of...
I don't want anything to happen to you.
Oh, thank you, Vilja. I will be fine. Well... Got a whistle for my horse. He seemed to have disappeared. Come on, guys. Let me just check our map here. Oh, seems I went a little too far. Come, friends. We need to head off in this direction. I do believe. Somewhere over there. Sorry, friends. And people that I just kind of pushed out of the way with my horse. Trying to take a shortcut here. You guys still with me? Awesome.
Have you read any good books lately?
Yes.
Actually, yes, I have.
It is a personal favorite of mine. I am a big fan of literature.
Yes, same here. My favorite book is such a source of vital knowledge.
If you say so.
Never should have come here.
No. You should have never come here.
Shall we continue?
More flesh.
Okay. Oh, I do hope we can find a blood-leaking crown here.
I don't think we'll have much problem, to be honest. Let's do what we gotta do.
What is? It an opportunity for triumph, or evidence of our greatest failure? Ours is to vanquish the unliving. But is that the true path? Is
It seems you killed what I needed to. Possibly.
our world something worth saving? Answer my query, stranger, and I will know the difference between triumph and failure. Answer my query, and I will tell you if wars have any meaning.
Blood and battle are proof of life.
It grieves me to hear it. Why must mortals push themselves to the brink of death to feel alive? Is not everyday life proof enough? Perhaps hers was a soul willing to bargain, to broker peace when all I sought to do was judge. No, only a fool makes such an invitation. War is just if not for your reasons. And while it is hardly a triumph, hers was a death that could not be avoided.
What quest are you on?
For the last 2 years, I have embarked on a single road. Ours was to walk its twists and turns, overcome its many obstacles.
Okay.
All the while believing that if I followed it to the end, I would find redemption. Only it appears the road ends here. In this hollow cave, with the corpse of the child I was asked to save. It was rumored that the child left for Eastmarch to join the Stormcloaks in defiance of the father's alignment with the Empire. For a lord's house, the truth was far more incriminating. And for a loving father, one far more heartbreaking. Thus the Lord could not trust anyone, save an Argonian prisoner, one guilty of the child's same crime, vampirism.
What are you gonna do now?
Ours is to wait here for more of her brethren. The girl may have taken a liking to some of them, and chosen to infect rather than kill. If you're in need of a companion, however, I will be honored to journey with you on your quest.
You know, you seem like an interesting fellow, but you did say you were guilty of vampirism.
The skin, eyes, and fangs are telltale signs, but some men can't be sure the same is true for other races.
Fair
I
enough.
was staying at an inn near the border when one of the local Nords decided to take offense with my presence. His was to challenge me to a brawl, and when I refused, he accused me of being a vampire.
That probably didn't go over well.
The word was toxic. That morning, 2 bodies were found outside, torn to shreds. Unrecognizable masses, if not for the bones and teeth. Things were tense around the village, and the guards were in a hurry to solve the case and placate the locals. An easy scapegoat.
You were set up.
Locked in that cell for days, I began to starve. Not for blood, but for food. Theirs was to offer me bread in exchange for a confession. It was better to die by the axe than starvation, but few can stomach either. So I did what all mortals do when there is no logical escape. I prayed. To Julianos for temperance, to Stendar for mercy, to Mara for love. And when I awoke the next morning, my cage was gone, as was my hunger.
You said this was a quest of redemption, but from what I hear, you haven't committed a crime.
Not according to the laws of mortals, but the gods hold us to a different standard.
Well, you might as well come with me. I mean, I don't see you don't seem dangerous.
Yours is to lead, ours is to follow.
Well, come, friend. Join our merry band of adventurers. Let's get this item for Vilja. Let's see here. Oh, that's nice. Ooh, another spell book. Something we should... Ah! That's never good. So I wonder where they hid this little mushroom here. There's a chest there, if I can... There we go. Ah, I found it. Vilja?
Finally, a blood-dripping crown.
Here you are.
Bleh. It really looks blood dripping. But hopefully it will be very useful for Arrissa. Thank you so much.
It's no problem.
Shall we continue?
Of course.
Yours is to pass, and ours is to delight.
Who freed you from prison?
The
Just
night before,
out of curiosity.
I was paid a visit by a man, his face shrouded by the hood of his robe. In his arms he cradled an urn, filled with the dust of a vampire. The dust was to be scattered around my cell, as proof of my demise. I knew not how much coin he had passed my jailers, but it was enough to carry on with the ruse. Outside the barracks, a carriage awaited us both. It took us to a nearby chateau, where I would meet my true employer.
A clever play, but what happened
When
next?
they brought me before the house lord, I told him I did not kill those men. He told me he already knew. The real murderer was his own kin. He asked me if it was true about vampires, if they formed clans, family. He wanted to know if I knew where his daughter had fled. I told him no, but I could find her. After all, I was a hunter, a member of the Order of the Virtuous Blood. So I told him why I came to Skyrim and my
fellow
desire
hunter.
for penance. Then he made an offer. A second chance for him, his daughter, and for me.
You said it was a form of penance, but what crime did you commit?
Before coming to Skyrim, I had spent my life hunting vampires for the Order. Much like the Vigilants, we often hunted in pairs. My partner was a Nightblade named Arlas. He used stealth and shadow to eliminate our targets, while I covered him from a distance. His was a remarkable courage. Many in the Order prefer long-range attacks to avoid the chance of infection. Arlas never deterred from his methods. Courage alone, however, was not enough to prepare us for what lay in that den nearly 4 winters ago.
What happened?
I watched Arlas scout ahead from afar, melding to the shadows in search of the enemy. The den was for all intents and purposes empty, yet the center table showed not a fleck of dust, and the torches on the wall were recently lit. A shiver swam up my tail like a cold fish, but I knew Arlas was safe so long as he stuck to the shadows. Until I saw the shadows themselves move. The shadow spread its wings, as did the others, cloaking the room in darkness. They came from above, like bats descending on their prey. Ours was to call to my friend and reach for my staff, trying to shield his escape with fire. We barely made it out alive, but not unscathed. One of those foul demons had raked its talons across Arlas' back. All I had to do was look into his narrowing pupils to see the infection had taken root.
What did you do?
Ours was to ask for his last request. He said, "Cure me." I thought it was a joke. He always made me laugh. Now I know the extent of my folly. Months later, I discovered his journal while putting away his things. It seems he had anticipated infection from the moment he joined the Order. He had been corresponding with a mage named Valion. A mage who was studying a cure.
Honestly, you can't blame yourself. You did what you thought was right.
Yours is
I would
a
have done the
statement
same.
I am thankful for. Perhaps, as the Divines work in the shadows, there is a greater purpose to be found. Tall's death brought me to Skyrim to save the nobleman's daughter. Now I wonder if they have brought me here to meet you.
Well, honestly, I'm not sure about all that, but you're welcome to come along with our little merry team of adventurers here. As long as you don't do anything, you know, silly. Some bread for my fellow companions. Ah, very nice. I just read a great book.
The rift reminds me of my wife. Hers was an Argonian with jewels on her horns, sunlight on her breath, and scales as fire.
She sounds quite beautiful. You know, for a lizard. Don't tell him I said that. Well, I hope everyone enjoyed the episode today. Not much got done. We did manage to track down the next location of the flute and the blood dripping crown at least. Happy about that. And we have a new friend among the Hist. Let's just hope he stays on par with our other followers. But I hope everyone enjoyed the video, and thank you for watching, as always, and we'll be back with more later.